it's worth it. Sometimes we use this phrase by saying it's worth it in the end, meaning the result is worth the cost or effort. Let's talk about some more phrases that are going to help you think about different things, think about things that make sense. Logic. The first phrase is, it just makes sense.
Just makes sense.
Okay, why do English speakers say just makes sense instead of just saying it makes sense? Sometimes we do say it makes sense, but when we're saying it just makes sense, we're kind of emphasizing it's very logical, it's a good decision. So someone might say, I invested my money really early in life, I made a lot of sacrifices. You might say, it just makes sense to do that, meaning it's a really good decision. Or you might say, it just makes sense to leave early because traffic's going to be bad. You're saying it makes a lot of logical sense. It's a really good idea. So you're emphasizing with this phrase that comes really natural to English speakers, but you can try out this phrase as well if you want to compliment someone's thinking or just say it's really logical, it's a great idea. When you want to tell someone that a certain idea that they have or something that they want to do could be good and it really has no negative effects or downside, as we say in English, we say it couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt.
So someone says, I like my job, but I'm thinking about applying to other jobs, so maybe I can get paid more. You could say, well, it couldn't hurt, meaning there's no downside to applying for more jobs because, it can't really hurt you in the long run. Something my mom says is it can't hurt to ask for a discount. So if you're at a store and you're buying a product, you might say, oh, is there any discounts available? Or are there any coupons? It can't hurt to just ask. They're not going to penalize you or make you pay more just because you asked. And a lot of times people will give you a discount just because you asked for one. So there's no downside to asking for a discount. It couldn't hurt. A lot of times if you're giving advice, if someone asks, should I do this? And you think that there's no downside to doing it, and you're just kind of positively saying, yeah, you can do that. It's encouraging. You say, yeah, couldn't hurt. The next phrases that I'm going to go over are really good for giving advice. So the first one is cut someone some slack, or to cut someone slack.
Cut her some slack, okay?
So the phrase means you need to be more forgiving to someone or less critical because of the circumstances of the situation. For instance, if someone makes a mistake and, they just started the job or, they have a really difficult job, there's a lot of things going on, instead of, criticizing them, you say, I'm just going to cut you some slack. This means I'm going to be forgiving. Or if someone's being harsh on the person that made the mistake, you might say, just cut them some slack. This means be forgiving, try to understand the situation. You might say, hey, cut me some slack today. I'm having a really hard day and I'm really tired. This just means be forgiving because I'm probably going to make mistakes or not do